O-T, baby. So we just wrapped up the show with whether it's true that men really prefer a brainy, blonde, blue-eyed woman. And I said, don't neglect the rest of us who are tall, dark, sharp, and necessary. Or that could be a pair of Louboutins. I mean,
that's right.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But, you know, I said this, that smart people have stupid kids all the time. Like, I don't think you marry somebody based on what they look like or how brainy they are. You marry them because you love them.
True.
Because you can educate your kid or not educate your kid. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but if they're a dull sponge, they're really not going to absorb very much.
You mean your spouse or your kids?
Well, I mean,
I guess both.
you know, but there's
All right, well, we know that you married for looks. Did you?
No, I did not. No, I married for brains and humor.
He married for
study, what the study said.
I would say the things that were most important to me were humor and kindness. These were like, I know, I needed somebody who...
And those are your attributes, too.
No, well, I don't know. I would like to think so, but I'm not. My husband is definitely kinder than I am. I work to be as...
Well, you told us that you were yelling at your kids a couple days ago, trying to get their shoes on for church.
It's true. I was yelling at everyone.
God,
and he did look at me like I was insane, but I get that look a lot. So.
Your humor, kindness, and you said the third quality was a 13-inch tongue. Go ahead.
Did I say tongue?
Oh, gosh, Mike.
Wow.
What are you doing for lunch? Let's
Ah,
do
yeah.
that. Shall we?
But I agree
Look at the
with
time.
Andrea
Drive
that
safely, everyone.
Oh, my
secure
goodness
man
gracious.
is going to be
Andrea, what is going
the complete
on?
package. A secure man is not going to be intimidated by a woman who is smart,
Right.
funny, and successful. And those are the great guys who make great dads. You know,
Wow, you just turned that right back in a serious direction. That was
I love that.
yeah, and that's normally what I do, Melissa.
And by the way, if your kids won't put their shoes on when you're trying to get them to church, just say, I've gotten to the point where if my kids don't want to wear pants, I don't care. Get in the car. It doesn't bother me. You don't want to wear pants. You don't want to wear shoes. You don't want a coat. It's freezing outside. Go with it. Get in your seat and let's head out the road.
I mean, we're walking down a Manhattan street, so I don't know how far we would get without shoes in the snow and the pants and the whole thing.
Can I tell you
Yeah,
something?
maybe trousers is a
pretty
bad
normal.
thing. Yeah.
There's an
Yeah.
upshot
Really
to the
funny.
study
What's that?
that they want smart women. I thought that was a silver
Yeah, no, I
lining.
think
Do you
that's
believe
good.
them, though? I mean,
mean,
it's a survey.
As a
So I don't
brunette
know.
with brown eyes, I was sort of like, and then like, but they
the
wanted to
smart
be
part-
smart. I was like, oh, okay.
There you go. So I have a question for you as the singleton on the couch.
Okay.
What do you look for?
Kindness.
Be honest. I mean, it helps if
really
it's good.
big. I love a really big heart.
Kindness tops the package.
No, I
so,
do.
yeah.
Wow.
You honestly, like,
Where am I?
Andrea, there's one thing I know about you. Andrea, you need to be stimulated. So you obviously need a man
Okay,
who's got
now I'm
an
asking,
incredible
where
sense
am I?
of humor.
Yeah, I know.
And
She's being honest.
I am being
Yeah.
honest. Like, you need a guy who's got a good sense of humor. Because
I do.
One thing that people may not know about you is you're a really funny person. I mean, you have a filthy sense of humor. And I hope
think I
people-
just.
But if the person you're dating or the person is a dullard, you know, or just, you know.
What if you're a dullard? Maybe dullards like other
That
dullards.
could be actually very
think
true.
that's
yeah,
true.
yeah. And then you're going to have dullard children. Yeah.
No, I like funny. I like very smart. And I like loyal.
Loyal's very
Those are
good.
good things to
Loyalty
have in a
is
best
like,
friend.
for me, it's really, well, I would hope that the man that I choose eventually will be my best
I
friend.
married my best friend.
Amen.
My wedding ring says it on the inside, my BFF.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
But I married him because he's good looking.
I was going to say, you said
Wow.
he's cute.
Aren't you lucky?
So it just says my BFF because I was thinking that'd be a
since
big
we're
wedding
telling
ring.
the truth, I love the fact
married
that
my
he's all
best
these
friend.
other things,
It's a huge
but he
ring.
caught my eye.
My husband he's got a very sly sense of humor. If you first met him, you wouldn't know that he's really funny. But we were at a very crowded mall in Oregon, and it was impossible to get parking. And he said, how funny will it be if we go back to our car and just back out 6 inches and wait there 5 minutes and back in just to drive people crazy? And I looked at him, I was like, that's why I love you. Like, that's why I married you right there. And
I
he's
love
still
that.
a total punk rocker. And he...
How long have you guys been married?
It'll be 15 years this year. We've been together for 20 years.
Wow.
Oh, you got married when you were 4.
Yeah, I was 4 years old. I was. It was Sharia law. It was
Yeah.
one of those
my
enclaves in
goodness
France, and I was promised by my family.
But in your case, it's worked
he
out.
lo-
I have to
And
learn
he-
not to go there with
he
you. You would think that I
adores-
would know this by now, right?
I'm gonna toot your husband's horn because he just adores you.
He's so sweet.
He does.
Where
He's
is
not
your
very
mind? In
awful.
the gutter? Good Lord.
I don't know. I
Baker.
just, I don't know.
It's a double entendre with you.
That's true. Everything,
Melissa,
yes.
how did
Life
you
is a
meet your
double
husband?
entendre.
I'm shocked here. I'm just trying to recover from all of these various comments. He was my next door neighbor in college.
You're kidding.
And I would go over and flirt with him all the time, and he did not notice. It had no. I know.
What do you mean? You flirted and he
Yes,
didn't
I would
notice?
stop by. You know, we were next to these cute guys in the dorm, and you know, I'd go over and Didn't notice. Years later, somebody set us up on a blind date. I walked in. I was like, oh, this guy. I stopped by and flirted with him forever, and he didn't even notice. Some tequila later, we're married. There you go.
Wow, that night?
Yeah,
No.
So wait, was he too out of it to notice you're flirting, or are you a really bad flirt?
It's totally. We haven't really gotten to the bottom of it. I mean,
were you
I've
just
asked him a
hideous when
million
you were
times.
young?
I tell the story.
Just ask
I
him.
mean, it was college, so we all,
Where did you
I
go?
don't think any
Yeah.
of us looked our best. And I went to Harvard. I was trying not to do that.
Oh, did you?
Oh, you're
We were-
blonde and you're brilliant. You're like
Yep.
the study.
You're the
You
study.
are the
I'm not
study.
really
Melissa, you're the study.
blonde, but
And
we
you're
don't
You're not
go
blonde.
into
No, honey,
that.
I'm
Oh.
not blonde.
Melissa, you are
You
the study.
can achieve blonde.
I am when I diet.
You're kidding.
No, I have blonde hair. I'm. Get out. It may not be true, but wouldn't it be funny?
Yeah, it would be funny. But I see it. I think it would look good. You should try it.
for that.
Yeah.
We should all come out with opposite hair one day. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yes.
Wigs.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love
And
it so
we
much.
should have cheetah orange bodysuits and
Wait, you just
thigh-high
lost
zebra
me.
boots.
Yeah.
Jed
I love that
Lover
idea.
says on the live chat,
Big.
ladies, looks fade, beauty and brains don't. Hoosier Kate says Mike Baker is a great #1 lucky guy.
He is. It's
True.
Oh,
it is
thank you.
like
That's
Mike,
very
to your
That's very kind.
credit,
Thank you.
you're
Right,
a
right,
very
right.
strong, secure man. Man, there's a lot of guys out there that are intimidated by strong, smart, quick women. So you can appreciate that because that's who you married. But
Right.
some guys, Melissa mentioned the guy, or Kennedy mentioned the guy that's with the really dumb woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, and it's true. I am strong like bull, but I think that there's just something that, and maybe it's because as boys, it could be all part and parcel of the fact that as boys you're used to getting shot down, right? That you're supposedly, even still now today. I mean, I know we're in a new age, but you still as a boy have to go out and you have to make the request. You have to ask a girl out, and oftentimes it doesn't work out. And you kind of get used to getting knocked around a little bit, and so maybe that sets up for some people kind of how they then approach looking for a mate later in life. I don't know.
I think it has to do with what kind of mom you had. Because I look at my husband and he has
Aging Dr. Freud.
Strong, well, no, I mean she's a strong, successful working woman. So
Yeah.
he's not afraid to have a
interesting.
strong working woman in his life because that's the kind of woman he grew up with.
Well, and
so I don't
conversely-
know. And I have 2 sons. I think they're
How old are
singers,
they?
so they're I had to think about that for a second. 4 and 8.
Okay, good age.
The one she
Good
knows
age.
of.
I have
Yeah.
two daughters who are 5 and 8. We'll have to get together.
Definitely.
We should get all the kids together. Mine are 7, 5, and 3. Yeah.
All right.
That would be
So,
crazy.
I'll bring my doorman, Carlos.
Does he like Legos?
He's so fun. He's awesome.
great
He wants to
with
be
I
a
don't know what to
DJ.
say. All right, so on the live chat, there are
wonderful.
Does he
some
spin your
serious
turntable?
topics that are being touched on. Maybe we could just do a minute before we wrap up today on some of the stuff we talked about, because people are asking, if you close Guantanamo Bay, as the president says he wants to do, Byro 1969 says, well, I got a better place to put the terrorists, Chernobyl in Ukraine, full of radiation there. I mean, the people are just... The question is, what do you do with people who are suspected of wanting to kill you at any cost?
There's a big problem that looms over this too, and it's that the way that we get ahead in the war on terror, the way that we have success in minimizing or preventing or disrupting operations is either by technical collection or human sources. And if you're not stuffing the pipeline with potential new intelligence, basically from either detainees you picked off from somewhere or from recruited assets, then you've got a real problem coming down the pike. And this administration has decided, and they decided some time ago, that they would rather send a missile up somebody's tailpipe than go to the trouble of capturing them off the field. And that creates a mindset. So all the guys out in the field now would rather paint that target rather than take the hit down the road of having picked that guy up, and now maybe there's problems because there's no top cover for the people who have to work with these detainees.
Mike, very quickly, how about recruitment for the CIA? I mean, is it tough for the CIA now to recruit new employees? And I say that because of
I'm sorry,
what
that's
has
my phone. The
happened
CIA is actually calling right
over
now.
the last couple
You
of
better
years.
pick that up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a picture of your wife. Does she work for this? Anyway, move on.
Is it tough for them to recruit people to be in the CIA now because of what's going on with the torture memos and so many?
No, which is a little bit maybe counterintuitive, but we've actually had more, and we have a tremendous number of applicants now, and really have since 9/11. 9/11 changed the game from our recruitment process. And it hasn't really changed because people who want to come into the CIA, they don't necessarily look at it from the perspective of people who are already in there and are used to having kicked around constantly by Capitol Hill or by the media. Mm-hmm. So they still want to join. They still want to work. Maybe they get a little disheartened, down the road. Now, if you ask me, is morale a problem inside then yes, it's a problem. Its morale is not good. I mean, I'd be lying if I said it was.
Been released in this interrogation report?
Well, I mean, that part people kind of saw it coming. That was an inane effort by the staffers. That was a staffer's effort to kick us in the ass again. But it's the morale is from the lack of top cover, from the changing of the regulations and the rules.
Do you think that'll change in 2016 if there's a Republican president?
Yes. Yes, I do. I can't see.
How long does something like that take? How long does that effect take to?
Well, you don't turn the ship around that quickly. But the agency is not a political organization. A lot of people go, of course it is, because I've seen lots of feature films and I know it's political. It's not. It's probably the most apolitical organization in the government, with the least number of political appointees in there. I mean, you get your tasking and you march on. But eventually there's a cumulative effect where if you, again, feel like the rules are constantly shifting. If you don't have that top cover from the White House, then it has an impact. And right now, like I said, the morale is not where it should be.
Yeah.
Wow. There's a lot of love for you on the live chat.
Oh, my gosh.
So I want you to pick up your phone because your wife's telling you probably that she's reading the live chat.
Like,
Good to see you, Mike Baker.
Hey,
and glad you were here on this day.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful show. And by the way, could I just say this is my mother's favorite show.
Oh, God bless her.
I love that.
She's very excited.
All right,
Mrs. Baker.
Love it.
We'll see you for the TV version of us tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, and then after on the web. Have a good day.